All right, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about the Noctalia shell and how to theme and configure it to get it looking good, and also so it themes your applications and other things as well. So we'll dive into the settings and everything and how to get everything configured within the actual Noctalia GUI. Before we jump into that, if you enjoy my content, please consider liking and subscribing. And if you want to support my Linux content, what I bring to the Linux community, you can do so at ko-fi.com/lockedon, or you can join the YouTube membership. All right, so let's just kind of jump right into this. So the way everything works is you just need to go into the settings and you can pretty much configure everything you need in here without really having to edit any text files or do anything extra. Every once in a while you might have to move a file or something with the color schemes to match up correctly, but I will show you how that works later on in the video. But yeah, so if you just go through here and we could focus on the bar first. So if you go to the bar section in the settings here, you can see appearance and bar position. So this is where you're going to actually tell the bar, where it's going to go. You can go top, bottom, left, right. So if I go bottom, it's going to go down to the bottom immediately and then back to the top. Then you can change the bar density. I have mine on default, but you can make it like compact, so it's like much smaller. You can make it comfortable, so it's much bigger, and then spacious, which is, super big, pretty much. I think default is the better option for me, but if you're on like a smaller screen or a laptop, sometimes the mini or compact would be better to give you more real estate on your actual screen itself. And then you can also change whether the bar is floating, whether it's simple, just, across the top like that, and or if you have it framed, where it'll actually show the curve. Now I have an ultra wide monitor, so that just went off screen when I made the bar go up like that. So basically what I did is if we go into bar and then I make it floating again, and you can see that it's now, centered within my screen. Down at the bottom, you have the horizontal margin. And this is the margin for the sides, the left and the right side of your bar here. So if you do ever want to, bring in the bar at all, that's where you would do that. And then you have the vertical margin, which is the space between the top side of it and the bottom. You can always change that as well. And then you can also change whether you want the capsules to show. So you want the like outlines around each module there. You can change that. And then you get into the actual widgets. So they call each of these like little modules widgets within the actual bar itself. And it's very easy to, move these around. So I can, move the launcher. So you can see the launcher moved over here. So you can literally just move these in the order that you want them. Then you can add new ones as well. So if I want like an audio visualizer up here, I can add that audio visualizer. No audio is playing, so it's not going to show anything right now. So I'm going to go ahead and remove that. But one of the really nice things about this is each of them have like some extra customizability that you can do. So if I click on widgets, you can see I'm using the distro icon. So if I undo that, you can either use, one of these icons, or you have like the Noctalia icon, I think is the one that's the default one that shows there. But I like to use the distro icon. So it, shows the Fedora logo up there. Then you can change the select the color, and it's pulling these colors from the wallpaper. So these are the wallpaper colors that I can pull from here and then change that, up here to match however I want the theme to be. And then same with workspaces. Workspaces actually have quite a bit of extra settings here. So it also depends on which compositor you're using, whether you're using Hyprland, Niri, or Mango. There are a few others that work with it, I think like Sway and LabWC and some other ones that work with Noctalia Shell as well. But those are like the three, I guess, main ones. But you can change the label mode to index, it's just the number of what the workspaces are, the name of the workspace. I have mine set to name only because when I use Niri as my window manager, I do have actual like letter names up here for them, and I just never change it because it doesn't actually affect anything when I switch to my Mango session. So you can change that. You can change the character count of how many. So if you want like a full thing to say like actually main or audio or video or gaming, whatever you wanted to do, you can actually change those up there to match that. Now your actual window manager does have to support that in order to do it, but this is where you would update that for it to show in the actual bar itself. Then you have a couple other settings. You can hide occupied. So if you're not using any of these other workspaces, you can just go ahead and hide them. I like to have all of them visible because you also can show when something is occupied. So I go down here and open up a terminal, and then I leave this one, you can see the one up there is still visible, and it's a different color than the other one. So that means I know it's occupied, but it's not the focused one. So my focused one is always larger, and it's like the pink shaded color, and then occupied is blue, and then the ones that are not occupied are just like grayed out. So yeah, so that's an option that you can do. And also, as you can see, you can actually right click on all of these modules and then open their settings straight from there. So it's easy to go in and configure and change things really quickly if you want to, because every once in a while when I change my theme, the default, focus color and stuff that pops up there is not really what I want. So I'll just go up and right click it and change it to something different. And then as far as the overall theming goes, if you go into color schemes here, you can have it just sync with your system, or you can have, have it toggle between dark and light mode. I keep mine always on dark mode. That's just what I prefer, but you can also put it on a schedule if you want. And then here is the main options that you're going to want to use. So essentially you could do, wallpaper colors. So you can have it just use the colors of the wallpapers, what I have selected. They also change the palette generation method. So this is going to change like how the colors are being pulled from the actual wallpaper. So if I do like tonal spot, every once in a while I do have to refresh to get things to show correctly. So we still have like the blue color as the main color, but I think they're in there. Okay, so yeah, this rainbow one is definitely different. So you can see it just changed, and now we have some more like deeper colors that it's pulling from. So yeah, so you can really decide, which, palette, works for you as far as that goes, as far as pulling the wallpaper colors. But what is also nice, if you go into templates over here, this is where you can actually theme the apps and packages that you have on your system. So as you can see here, I have like BTOP and Helix and Kitty, GTK theming. We have QTE, K color scheme for Kitty and cute type applications. I even have Telegram. And then so as you see, when I hover over some of these, it shows you where it writes that file to. And every once in a while, you may have to do something to actually theme that option correctly. So for instance, Discord, it goes into the EcoBop option, but if I pull over my Discord, you can see this one is actually not themed, but that's because I'm actually using the actual Discord client here. But if I pull open my EcoBop client, this one is actually using the Noctalia theme. So you can see here that you have like the Noctalia option up here. And so if I go into settings and then themes, and then down here, you can see I have either Noctalia Midnight or Noctalia Material. So I could turn off that one if I want to, and then go to Material one. So you could do either one of these, and both of these would be pulling in, the same colors and everything that you have on the other one. But, completely up to you on what you want there. I did notice that it's only being weird because I have a theme selected in the actual appearance settings here. So you do just want to be on dark for it to actually like theme correctly. So you can see that already looks much better. And I typically like the midnight one and not the material one. To me, it just looks a little bit cleaner. But you do have to have either like VexTop or EcoBop or any of the Discord clients. It can't be like the regular Discord in order to add these, options to it, because Discord does not have these theming options like you see within the settings here, like VexTop and EcoBop would have. If you want to theme your Discord, you do have to use one of those, different clients. I'm gonna actually close that so I don't get duplicate Discord messages now. So yeah, so sometimes you do have to do that, and you can go to the actual Noctalia documentation here. So if I go to docs, and then if you go down here to where it says theming, they have some documentation on, some of the themes here. So I'll make this bigger so you can see. So yeah, for Discord, you have to use, one of these, options for the Discord client. So like I said, you can have, VexTop, EcoBot, WebCord, any of those will work. But once you install them, you just need to go into the settings and themes, like I showed you there. And then Qt and GTK apps, you do have to have ADW GTK theme installed on your system and have that set as your default system, because that's the actual one that Noctalia is theming, is that specific theme. So if you find that some of your things are not actually theming, you do want to make sure you have these two installed. And then you just want to make sure this is what is selected for the actual DTK, theming to apply. And then, so yeah, so you would have to go in and just make sure you're doing the steps for different types of applications to make sure that they are, theming correctly there. So yeah, if we go back into the actual settings here under color schemes, you can also do predefined colors as well. So if I turn off the wallpaper option, I could just pick one of these down here. So they have like cappuccino options. Actually, this one was downloaded. This was not one of the default ones. So that's another one. You have the default Noctalia one. So like, with this wallpaper, maybe, I don't know, maybe, that doesn't has like green in it. And none of these are really matching pretty well, but I can go into downloads and they have a bunch more in here. So if I wanted to go with something like, this might be aggressive, but let's try it. Let's change this to white. Yeah, that's that's definitely more vibrant, but I kind of like it a little bit. Some of these color schemes will be much different. Tokyo Night is honestly a really good one. I don't see one that really matches, but my this one's not too bad. My color scheme that I have here, and that's why they have the wallpaper color option. So you can always switch back to the wallpaper color option. It does take a second for it actually to go into effect, but yeah, you'll see it'll eventually change the colors and then apply. And then as far as the wallpapers go, if we go into wallpapers here, you do have to update your wallpaper folder to where your wallpapers are, like whatever the directory is. You could just choose it from, wallpaper folder here. And then you have the actual wallpaper selector that pops up just like this. And you can also do, oh, there we go. The theme finally just changed. Instead of using the wallpaper colors, so using local, you can go to Wallhaven, and then a bunch of options will be here. So like obviously I searched Captain America there, but you can do things like forest, and then a bunch of different forest options will pop up. And some of these do look pretty AI sometimes, and then sometimes not. Oh, this is a cool one, this Groot one. So you can select that, and then you can see that now I have that as the wallpaper there. So if you don't have any really cool wallpapers within your collection, you can always get some from Wallhaven there very easily. But I typically like to just use the ones that I have here. So I'm gonna go back to the original wallpaper that I had. And then the other thing that you can do is you could add a dock. So that's the dock that you see down here that I have. Mine is floating and exclusive. So if it's exclusive, that means it's always showing. So if I turn exclusive to auto hide, then it's only going to show when I don't have a window actually open. So I can actually remove that. And then you can see when I put my cursor down there, then it shows. And it's actually like a small faint line down there that you can kind of see for the dock itself, which you can change all of that within here. You can change the show high speed, the dock size, the floating distance. You can really just change everything. So I can go to exclusive there. So that, it's always there again. You can change the dock indicator. So if you don't want, you can show indicators as far as running apps, static pin apps. If you want apps to always be down there, you can have that. You can have it static or only open apps. Then you can, toggle that off. You can do same as groups. So for instance, if I open multiple kitty windows, you can see it didn't add another kitty window down here. It's just adding the dots down here. So if I don't do that, then it's going to have a different kitty window for each window that's open. So that's good for like browsers and things that you may open multiple windows of the same app. You can change that by doing the group as option here. And then you can have it open as a list window or just cycle through the windows themselves. And you can also use this colorized icons option. So that's basically just saying if you have that on, then they'll dim out the ones that are not active. If they are active, it will be in full color. I don't really like that. I like to see my icon colors down there. So that's obviously completely up to you if you want that to be a thing. And then you have launcher position. So this is actually just opening up my app launcher, but I have it showing the Fedora logo once again. But you can change that to whatever you want as far as the logo goes. If I don't want logo, I can go into the browse the library and change that to literally whatever you want. But I prefer to just use just a logo, and then you can select the color based on the theme that you have applied as well. So yeah, so that's the dock. And then the other thing that is nice for theming and things is the desktop widgets. So you can actually add as many widgets as you want, and you can move them around to enter edit mode. And then now I can actually move these. Now I could actually move these around on my screen. Obviously, this is not going to go in the exact same position that I had it before, which is going to bug me. Um, but it's off screen currently, which I can actually click the exit mode option there, and it's going to go, back to normal. But each of these have some extra options. So if I go back in the desktop and then I click on like the little settings option, you can change the width and the height and everything of these. You can change like the color of the fill color of visualizer. You can change the linear, mirrored, wave, really whatever you want to do. You can also hide if there's no music playing. So if I don't want that to show when there's no music, I can do that. But I just have them, showing all the time. You can change around at corners. You can show or if you want the background to show or not. So I typically have the background only because a lot of my wallpapers, the actual thing there is not, super visible. So I just like to have the background there so I can actually, see it playing. But you do also have the option for like clocks, because I have a clock up here in the top corner. And then I also have the weather over here in the top right hand corner there. So yeah, so as far as theming goes, those are kind of the main options that you would, want to use to theme your setup with Noctalia. If you have any, questions about anything about how to set something up specifically, definitely comment below, or you can join the Discord as well and ask there. I have a lot of helpful people in there and myself that can respond to you and help you get things configured. But overall, it's not too hard to do it. I think the main thing is like these templates and stuff. There are some extra steps for some of these, but you just go to the website. You also make sure it's writing to the correct location and all that, and then you won't have any really big issues after that. But yeah, so I think that's it for today. If you've enjoyed my content, definitely consider liking and subscribing to my channel. If you want to support me for videos like this and any content that I bring to the community, you could do so at kofi.com/theblackdawn. But other than that, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.